Yo, what is going on today, everybody? This is Dom. Today, they finally dropped the nerf for all the Cold War ARs and a bunch of other things like the AMAXX, Fara, Street Sweeper, Bullfrog, and they actually buffed the PPS age. Now, I'm not going to go over the damage numbers for what they changed for the ARs and all these guns that save for true game data, JGOD, exclusive ace, all those kinds of people. Today, I want to go over what they changed with the movement speed with these Cold War ARs, and specifically the Fara and the AK. I know there's the XM4 and a bunch of others, but just these ones. We go over what they changed, like the aim move speed, shooting move speed, overall move speed, and the 3x scope on the AK, what changed there, what they didn't change, like recoil, reload time, ADS time, and then I've got a chart at the end for all of you just to see the difference in them. Basically, before this nerf, these Cold War ARs felt a little bit clunky as a secondary, and now it's just even worse, a lot slower. It kind of puts them on par with these SMGs. So anyways, if you found something new here and you enjoyed it, do consider dropping a like and subbing. And without further ado, let's just run down this list, dive into it. Alright, so for all these comparisons here, the AK is going to be on the left, the Fara is going to be on the right. First off, we've got the aim walking movement speed for 25 meters. The Fara got nerfed 7% aim down sights movement speed, and overall they all got nerfed 10%. So before, the AK was 7.89, the Fara was 7.39. Now after the patch, we're doing the same 25 meter walk, same attachments on all of these guns, and we're getting about a 1 second increase to all of these for the ADS movement speed, which does make sense for 10%. Next, we've got shoot movement speed, pre-nerf. I'm going 10 meters away from the wall, shooting the entire mag of 60 rounds, spray painting the ground where I was, running back to my original spot here and looking over at them. So before the nerf, each of these guns had pretty good ADS move speed. The AK 22 meters, Fara 18 meters, and again, that's pre-nerf. After the nerf, we're doing the same exact strategy here, and this is where you're gonna see a large difference. It got a 75% decrease in the stock for shooting move speed. It goes down by about 6 meters for a lot of these. It feels a lot slower. You can feel it when you're shooting, and yeah, so the AK is 17 meters, Fara is 12. These make it a lot more on par with the SMGs. Now I did the same thing with these 10 meters away, spray painted the ground, pinged it, ran all the way back. And the Fara basically is the same as them. It has a similar movement speed. The reason why the AK is still farther is because it shoots slower. Basically, that sums it up there. Next, we've got the movement speed. So before this nerf, they each were the same exact speed, running the same distance, 50 meters at 7.34 seconds. After the nerf, they're actually a little bit different. The Fara is faster. I don't know why. I don't know if that's intended. Again, same attachments for all of these, but the Fara goes 0.2 of a second faster, so very not that noticeable, but again, it's the difference. So here we've got the 3x scope on the AK. This is what we are looking at now. Here it is before. I didn't have exact footage of it. As you can see, I hit every shot here, and it's very jumpy. I'm gonna put them side by side in slow motion. You can kind of see the scope isn't bouncing back and forth as much. I think that's what they meant when they changed it. So yeah, that's what they changed there. Now the recoils actually stayed the same for each of these guns. I'm gonna put them up 10 meters away on this wall for all of you to see. The AK in the second clip, I just used 60 rounds in the mag. I used the 60 round mag, so it's a little bit higher. But nonetheless, here is the before the nerf recoil. Again, after it is the same exact way. Funny enough, I basically shot in the same spot. I don't even know how I planned that. So the recoil pattern, exactly the same. Reload speed on both of these weapons stays exactly the same. The AK definitely faster than the Fara. It has been before and after the patch, but again, they didn't change. I'll put it again in slow motion here in a second so you can see them. The Fara just takes a little bit longer. Definitely kind of hindering your ability to reload when you're in a gunfight. So again, we've got about a second in a difference between both of them. So if you're kind of figuring out which one you want to use here, this should help you out. ADS times, basically exactly the same. These difference in frames is not noticeable at all. So overall, that's what they didn't change on these weapons: the recoil, reload time, and ADS speed. Alright, so again, here's this chart that I promised. Aim walk movement speed, shoot move speed, and overall move speed on the left. We've got the pre and post patch for both of these weapons. Now this is uniform throughout all of the Cold War ARs. This is just the ones I tested because I had footage for them. So aim walk movement speed increased for about a second across all the ARs. Shooting movement speed decreased about 6 meters on all of them, which is a ton. It's definitely noticeable. And the overall movement speed was the same before patch between these two. And after, the Fara is a little faster. Don't know why it's not mentioned, but that's what I found in my testing. So overall, it brings the SMGs up to compete with these ARs. The reason why we were using them before is because there was way too much movement speed on them. It was crazy, and yeah, So, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the information that I have for you regarding these Cold War AR adjustments on the movement speed. They changed a lot of the movement speed on a lot of the other guns, but I just wanted to dive into these ARs because they were used the most. As I'm sure most of you found while you were using it, the movement speed on these was a little bit crazy. It kind of nullified the use of all the SMGs. I mean, they moved faster, but pretty much nullified it there. I actually found that the Fara was kind of crazy with its move speed, as you could see with all the big streamers, especially Tim. I noticed him missing a ton of shots because he was moving so dang fast with it. So this adjustment might actually help in close range fight with these ARs again. I still think they're definitely viable close range. It just means that you're going to be moving a little bit slower. Now here in this clip, I'm not actually toxic. If you check their names out, there's a reason why I was teabagging them and trolling them, because who the hell names themselves that? That's freaking pathetic. Anyways, personally, I still think all these Cold War ARs can still be used as secondaries. It kind of just brings them up to par, or down to par rather, with the SMGs, so we can use them all and everything can be effective. You're just going to be moving a little bit slower with these when you're aimed down sights, and especially shooting. It might actually help controlling the missed shots that at least I found myself doing beforehand. Anyways, thank you for watching. Again, if you liked the video, drop a like on it, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.
Oh,